Well, hello there. This is Rene Liaw checking in here just from a gorgeous park with my kids. Are actually just playing in this new park. We just kind of drove around and wanted to find a new place for them. So, and I just came across someone who was asking me for some advice because they're saying that they saw an opportunity, it looks potential, but they didn't have the money for it. And I find that a lot of times people have this kind of objection where they say, I don't have the money. And I want to take a quick few minutes just to talk about that and to really put into a better perspective, the whole concept and idea of how money functions, and just giving it a bit of a different point of view or different perspective. So, let's say your business that you're looking at starting could cost you anywhere from $200 to, let's say, $3,000, $4,000. Let's just take the maximum, which is $4,000 for a business. And someone that you might talk to, or it might be yourself, that say, that's a lot of money, $4,000. I don't know if I can have that money to take out to risk into a business or take that chance. And the way that I've always perceived money is, again, let's give it a point of reference. So most people on a yearly basis will spend $3,000-$4,000, probably even more than that, on shopping or buying things. So let's just go through some different scenarios of how you can drop $4,000. Number one, you can spend it on things that you buy every single year, on clothes, things that are not of necessity. To me, what is a necessity is basic things like your shelter, your rent or your mortgage, to have a home, and food and water, right? Those are things that you have to need to get by in life. But everything else aside from that is just, things that you spend money on. It could be clothing, new pair of shoes, new clothes, right? Those are all things that are not necessity. And we spend a lot of money on that every single year. And so, take it from a different point of angle, which is, all this money you spent in the past on buying these things has never put you any further ahead in life. It's never gone you further. You never changed your life because of that. Buying that new pair of shoes or that new bag or your 60th pair of high heels would never change your life, And so to me, it's not like you're taking extra money out. I would just not spend the money on those things if it wasn't going to make me any more money, and I didn't need to spend that money to get by in life. Put that money into a business, because again, if you build your business, it could potentially buy you 1,000 pairs of shoes or 1,000, clothes, right? At the same time, let's take a different angle. Let's say that, you didn't even have, extra money to spend on, and let's say you're a saver and you saved all that money. You have like $4,000 sitting in your bank account. Well, let's go through that now. If you had $4,000 sitting in your bank account, what's it going to do for you? Well, number one, most people don't even have a decent savings account making even 1% interest. Let's say you even got 1% interest, so $4,000 in your bank account. A year later, you now have $40 extra. So, so you have 4,000, 1% is $40. Now you're $40 richer. That probably didn't even pay for your banking fees to have that bank account open. Not to mention there's inflation, right? So, again, inflation grows at a much faster rate. You're not even keeping up with inflation. And a lot of people might have $4,000 sitting in their RRSPs, again, and it's not doing much for them. And so to me, logically speaking, to put $4,000 of money that's making you 1%, which is $40, to put it into a business that could, again, in the worst case scenario, if you're Canadian or in USA, the worst case scenario, it could probably give you a tax refund because you're writing off your expenses, your cell phone, your meals, your car, your home or your rent, your travel, your office expenses, through the write-offs, which we have a tax training every Monday. What you're getting back on the $4,000 that would have been sitting in the bank account making 1% interest, or you would have spent it on buying stuff that wasn't of a need, by putting into a business, you're gonna get back $8,000, $9,000, the worst case scenario. So, to me, when people tell me, I don't have the money, it's like, you don't have the money, you need to start yourself a home-based business to get the tax write-offs and to get back a huge, massive refund. But on top of that, though, if you put $4,000 into a business, that's a very low risk. And if you actually work the business properly and you got the proper training you had the proper support, you were coachable, and you actually tried in that business, do you really think that it's not possible to make $4,000 in a year? Or maybe over 2 years, maybe over 3 years? So to me, if you put $4,000 into business, and if you worked it hard, there's no way in 3 or 4 years you're not gonna make back your investment anyways. So I just wanted to share that with people that, the way that I perceive money is what makes you money. And again, whether it's $200 for a business or $4,000 for a business, I think it's an absolute need to have a business for tax savings. But not just that, but you also want to have tax savings because, or you want to have a business because, again, the government won't be able to help you during retirement. 95% of the population out there upon retirement at 65 are dead or dead broke. The government reports that you want to have about $1.3 million in the bank to retire comfortably. And again, less than 95% have that. So most people heading into retirement, hopefully not blindfolded, hopefully they are thinking about retirement and how they're going to live. And do you want to have a comfortable retirement? The average pension payout, $600 a month, which is taxable. You might get OAS, you might get other stuff too, but again, that's, it's all taxable. So, end of the day, I hope this video has helped a lot of people out there who are thinking about starting a business, but are thinking, well, will it be a risk? Will I lose my money? End of the day, there's a bigger risk in not starting a business and building some extra side income. So, thanks so much, Rene signing out, and have yourself a wonderful, blessed Sunday. I have some ants crawling on me, so I have to get out of here. See you guys later.